And now it's time to learn how to weave. Before we begin, I'm going to show you, if you are at home, how to create a needle to weave with. And this is just using some recycled old plastic and a hole punch and some scissors. So I'll show you how to do this. For this, I used the lid of, it was like a cold cut container. And I'm going to first cut off with my scissors these edges. Okay, so I have a nice flat piece of plastic. I'm going to use my hole punch, and any hole punch will work. It should have a 1/4 inch circle. And I'm going to place my hole punch here, and I'm going to, there we go. There you have your hole for your yarn. Now it's very easy. All you have to do is create a needle around that. So what I do is I cut a triangle out, just like that. And then I cut around the edge so that I don't poke myself with the plastic. And it created a nice little needle tubes. Okay. So let me show you how to add our first piece of yarn. I'm going to start with purple. You can use any colors that you want. I'm going to find my knot for the back of my loom. And I'm going to lift it up. Lift it up and put my purple underneath. Okay, you see? Purple is underneath that yarn. I want the knot to be close to the middle. Okay, I want it on this side, on the outside. And I'm going to tie this purple in a knot to hold it in place. Double knot it. And then this, I'm going to put through the middle. Okay, so I'm going to take this. Now it should catch on that knot that I have there. I'm going to take my long piece and I'm going to put it through the middle. And I'm ready to weave on the shiny side of my disc. So to use my needle, all I have to do is take my yarn, put it through that big circle there. I don't have to tie it or anything. I want to pull it so that it's not too long. And I'm going to weave. When you weave, you have to go under and over your threads. So this is under. Actually, let me use the white needle so that you can see. Okay, this is under. This is over. This is under. Okay, you can see how it's going. Under, over, under, over. That's the pattern that we continue. So if this one's over, then this one is under. Over, under. Don't go under this one because it's next to this one we just went under. So we have to remember that pattern. Over, under, over, under. So we'll go over. Now, you don't want to go all the way and keep going. Periodically, you want to pull your colored yarn because otherwise you can't pull it and there's big loops left. Okay, just like that. Okay. And continue, always going under, over, over, under, over, under, and pulling it so that it goes to the center. Under, over, under, over, under, over. Okay, keep doing that. Now, eventually you go around all the way and you're now making your second series. And you can see, this is why we needed an odd number of warp threads. They're called warp threads, the ones that go this way. And this way they're called, this is the weft thread. These are the warp threads. ends. So you could see we needed an opposite, we needed an odd number so that it didn't always go under the same ones when we went around. So I say every 3 probably is the best to pull it. And always skipping 1, over, under, over, under, and then pulling it. Okay. I'm going to continue this, and then I'll be showing you how to add another color. Okay, I wanted to show you a very common issue that my students have when they're working, and also show you when it's time to stop and to add another thread and what to do in that instance. So the first thing we're gonna do is you'll notice that the end, the tail of my yarn has also gotten woven in and it's stuck. So if it's very long, then you actually have to go backwards. You have to undo what you've done. This is pretty short because experience has taught me that as I'm working, this tail should get shorter and shorter and shorter. That means I'm pulling it just a little bit and I'm holding it with my fingers like this. So if I hold it up here, my yarn just comes out. But if I hold it by the circle, then I can keep my tail pretty short without it coming out. So you're going to continue weaving until your yarn is about 5 or 6 inches. And I'm looking at it. This is about 5 or 6 inches, okay? In the next video, I'll show you how to add another color.